Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Saturday. So I am in weekend mode. So I am, as soon as this ends, going to be going outside and doing some power washing. For those of you that follow me on social media, on Instagram, you might already know that, but I get great satisfaction in power washing. And there are all these different parts of our brick home and our backyard porch that needs it. So that is something that I'm going to be doing. So you get the weekend look. So hashtag for being myself. This is what you get, guys. This is me. Welcome. Glad that you are here. We are doing a bonus session, Canva tutorial. I want you guys to know that Canva is a tool that I have personally used in my Sweet Tea social marketing brand for over 6 years. And I really enjoy it. I used for years a free version of Canva, but I upgraded to the pro version. And I would tell you that hands down, it is the greatest probably one of the greatest investments that I have ever used. All that being said, what I'm going to show you today is what I have and what I experience with the pro version. If you have the free version, again, lots of great elements. I'll cover just a few of the quick differences, but I have a link for you to be able to have actually a 30-day free version of the Pro Work Canva resource. So if that's something that you want, right here in the comments below, just go ahead and type the word Canva, and I would love for you guys to go ahead and just let me know that. We've got some questions coming in already. So if you are with us live, go ahead and make sure that you click the little icon that gives StreamYard permission to be able to display your name. Great to see you. I am also so excited to be able to do today's session. Happy to have you here. Awesome, Karen. And let's see here. A question that we just got from Kimberly says, will this stay up? And it won't. And so I'll let you know all the details of that. So this is a bonus training session. We've never done this before. When we were doing our masterclass series, what I like to do is I like to over deliver. When you join our programs, we like to over deliver. We have a desire to say we want to be authentic, show you that we can help you get results, say that, what we do and what we don't do. I am not your TikTok expert, but I like Instagram Reels and I am using it myself, and I pass that information along to my clients, right? Pinterest is not my area of expertise, and I'm just very honest with you guys. But what I can tell you is that I have a focus for organic social media strategy. And that is my heart. My goal is to be here to serve you as Kingdom CEOs, and for you to be able to walk away knowing that there are solid, life-giving kingdom principles that I teach based on what has been working in my own 21 years of experience in business, in digital marketing, and since 2011, the social media business space. For social media to actually be getting you new clients, for social media to be getting you speaking events, for social media to help you be seen as top of mind influencer to the people that you want to influence. So if I say influencer to you, if you're only thinking that that is Kim Kardashian, or it is only Dr. Tony Evans, or it's only Oprah, you're missing the point. Social media is a way for you, for me, for every single one of us that are watching this to build influence, increase our authority with what our skill set is, and to genuinely grow and have thriving businesses. So I am here to tell you, I believe in the power of social media. I am not a huge advocate for telling you that I align theologically with all the thoughts on leadership of these big tech companies. But I'm here to tell you that the companies, the tools themselves are not evil. There is good. There is good, right? Good with me. If you guys believe me when I say this, there is good that can come out of amplification of content and value that you deliver on social media. So we want to do kingdom principles by what we teach inside of our Social Thrive Business Academy, and we want you to be growing in your business. Okay, so first of all, bear with me. It's Saturday, so get your tea, have some grace with me, and I am going to look and see if I did send an email that included this. But for anybody who wants to maybe just like actually pull this up in real time, let me grab this, and I am going to paste in the comments here. Okay, bear with me. So if you guys go to sweetteasocialmarketing.com/Canva, that is the link that's going to give you access to a 30-day free trial of Canva. So let me open up a separate browser here Let me find our thread for this live, and I am going to, in the comments, comment and just drop it in there for y'all to be able to copy and paste it real quickly. Okay, I'm going to say link for 30-day free version of Canva for work. All right, I just dropped it into the chat. You guys should be able to see that. Okay, so that's the link for that. And we want you guys to know that we are inviting and welcoming those of you that are ready to have me as your business mentor and social media coach. I would love to help you. We are welcoming you. We've got those doors open through the middle of next week, and we've got wildly awesome bonuses. Like I said, all the training that we've done this week, these bonus sessions, all of these replays are available for you to enjoy, to watch, to rewatch, to take massive wild notes, and for you to have full access to. And you can enjoy every single bit of it through Wednesday, noon Eastern Standard Time of next week. Also, want to make sure that you guys know that through Wednesday, noon Eastern Time, that is when you are able to come and make the decision to invest in you by getting someone, i.e., myself and our team, to come alongside you, to talk with you each and every month in coaching calls, to give you the tacticals, because that's what I find. That's kind of what today is about. Today is a little bit more on the tactical side, to go like, what does it look like to actually be inside of Social Thrive? Well, it's us doing tacticals. I'm about to share my screen with you. I'm going to be like, click this button, do this, do this, do this, on things that I completely geek out on and enjoy, and come along to support you, to help you get out of your own way and to get you taking massive action forward on the right profit generating tools and activities for you to be able to have that visibility that you need and that you want. So with that being said, once when I did this before, I accidentally ended the broadcast. So I'm just going to pray in this exact moment that that's not going to happen. So for those of you that are here with me live, I'm so glad that you were here. I also know that there are many people who weren't able to be here live because #weekend life, doing all the things, and you may be catching this later, watching it on the replay. So regardless, what I want you to know is I'm going to have 2 Canva template links that I'm going to share with you. And in fact, it's going to be a link that we will drop here, and we'll update this video once it's done and we'll add it. And I'll also make sure that you guys get it. But I'm going to share with you some Facebook cover photo templates. And you're going to literally be able to open that actual template and pull out what I have my brand called and add yours. Pull out my photo and add your photo, and you literally can copy and paste and make a couple tweaks, change the colors and change the font to match your business, and you can literally have it. Save that image and begin immediately using it so you can have some templates and some ideas for you to just be able to hit the ground running with. Would you guys appreciate that? Would you like that? In the comments below, just let me know. I'm going to take a sip of my drink, and I'm going to see real quickly if I can pull up my Canvas screen. And we're going to just get into this training. So awesome. She says, Canva is a great design app and it is a small world for it. Canva is a game changer, the best. Yes, good, good, good. Okay, so I'm going to click this button that says share screen. Yes, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say share, and I'm going to pray, Lord, that I don't mess anything up. And then I'm going to pull this real quickly over to the side. Okay, so you guys, okay, first of all, that ticker that's moving on the side is driving me crazy. Okay, let me do that. Let me remove this so you guys can see more of my screen. Okay, now in the comments, can you guys do me the favor and let me know if you see my Canva screen right here on screen for you? Do you see it? Just go ahead and just say yes in the comments. I know there's just a few seconds of a delay, and I just want to make sure. that you guys see my screen okay. Okay, thank you. That helped. You see me and you hear me, and I've got the comments now over to the side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you guys through a couple things. Now, first of all, let me just be very clear and tell you Canva does a lot of stuff. And so I want you to know that first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a template that I'm going to be sharing with you guys later. This is a template for a Facebook cover photo template that I'm going to be sharing with all of you that are taking part of this bonus. We're not, again, the goal is for this to remove overwhelm and to help you feel supported and helped. But what you'll see is that we've got a template. So let's look at this first one. So the first one literally has my name. It has a photo of me. It has like the Kingdom CEO mentor. This, for example, is a cover photo that I put up temporarily over on my personal profile while I was doing this launch. And then probably on Thursday, I'm going to remove this and I'm going to put it back to probably more of like that personal family vibe. And it's probably going to be a photo of my family of 5 on my personal profile photo. Like I said, I think that there are ways to appropriately sprinkle onto our personal profiles glimpses of things that we have going on in our business. And so this is something that I have currently on my personal profile on Facebook, but this could also be the cover photo for your Facebook business page. So the first thing I want to point out to you guys is if the size of this, write this down. Okay, the width and the height, 1230 by 468. That is pixels for those of you that are kind of maybe new to the whole design world. You don't have to do anything other than just remember that the abbreviation for pixels is PX, and 1230 width and height is 468. Now, here's what I want you to pay attention to. Even though that is the entire layout for this size of this cover photo on Facebook, I intentionally, in anything I design, almost pretend that there's like a middle rectangle on the inside of that. And that is because different people's screens are different. So many people are on mobile, which we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. And so I intentionally leave space over to the sides and to the top and the bottom. And I don't make the design to fill out this full rectangle. Okay. But this background that you will see is sparkly. And so if I over here on the left in Canva, click on the word photos, let's somebody in the comments below just throw out a color, any color, throw out a color that you just want me to kind of use as we like experiment with this. Okay. I am looking to see someone is going to throw out a color for me. And then what I'm going to do while I'm over here in the photos section, okay, we've got blue. I am going to, in the photo section up here at the top next to the search bar, I'm going to type in the word blue and I'm going to hit return. Now you will see all types of really cool different versions of blue, right? Here's a sparkly one, which is probably similar to where I got this from. Let's say I click on this one that my mouse is hovered over. I'm going to click it. It's going to just drop it in the middle of that graphic. You can literally grab the edges, pull it to the side, cover up the entire image. Now you can see my face is gone, right? But you see the text. But all you want to do is think of Canva, and all these different things that you put up are different layers. Someone says, I am still only seeing the homepage of Canva, not what you are doing. Okay. Somebody, are you guys not seeing what I'm doing? Okay, bear with me here. Okay, thank you for telling me. We're going to fix this. Hold on. Tell me guys now if you see a picture of me standing in front of a pool. Do you see that? Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, you guys, praise the Lord that y'all are communicating to me. I appreciate that. Bear with me. Remove. Stop screen. Share. 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 Entire screen window. I'm going to share this window. All right. All right. You guys should see on your screen a photo of me. Do you see a photo of me pointing at a pool? All right. There I am. Okay. Now what I need to do is if I click home, I want to make sure I've gone here. I've gone here. Okay. You guys are seeing I'm clicking places. All right. I'm going to go back. You should see at the very top of your screen, this is a template I'm going to share with you guys. Do you see a picture of me that has got a teal shirt on and there's like I've got glasses on and I'm right in the middle of your screen. Do you guys, are you with me? Are you with me? Okay. I think we're on the same page now. Let's try this again. Okay. So what I was saying is, let's say instead of having this sparkly background, I wanted to go with what your suggestion was and say I wanted it to be blue. I am going to, on the left over here, I'm going to click on the word photo. I went here to the top search bar and I typed blue. I hit enter and all these different shades of blue are popping up. So if I were to pick this one, which looks kind of like ocean water, you guys should see it. You can literally just click on it as it just pops over my face. And I'm going to drag the sides. I'm going to make it big and I'm going to drag it to where it covers up the entire shape. So now what you should see is a big rectangle that says the Kingdom CEO Mentor, a couple details about the masterclass, but you don't see my face any longer. And what I was saying a few seconds ago was I want you to think of everything you do in Canva as layers. So right now, it's almost as if I had the graphic and I just set that on top and it went under the layers of some of my text, but it needs to go a couple layers deeper so you can see my photo. So all you would do is click on this button in the top right that says position. And then I'm going to click backwards because I almost want the water image that you just saw I put up there. I'm going to put that backwards and I'm going to keep clicking backwards till everything pops on top of it. And now you can see the text, my image, and the new color background. But with the new color background, and you don't have to be a design expert to do this, but the background doesn't look as great to see my name. So I'm going to hover over this and I say, you know what? I'm going to change this to be a different color that's easier to see. You just literally click right here on the top where it says, so it's an A that has a line underneath it. When you click on that, you are able to choose the color. Now, I have colors saved for my brand, and you can actually create a brand kit right within Canva, but I'm going to just change Heather to be white. So I'm going to click the white. And do you see, from a design perspective, how much easier it is on the eyes to read it? And the same thing, I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to just quickly change these little text boxes to be a more easy to read color. And so I'm like, okay, boom, I just made that change. So let's just again say you want to change this background. And let's say I'm going to click on a different one of these images on the left. I'm going to click on this one. Well, it's going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to drag it. I'm going to cover it up and I'm going to say, okay, I want a position that this goes behind it. So I'm going to click on the word position and I'm just going to keep clicking backwards till everything that's in that image is in the back. So that doesn't look as good. I just wanted to show you so you could kind of walk through those steps. Is that helpful to you guys? If I don't want that, I literally am just clicking on this image. I click delete. Okay. Now it's going back to it being white. And the sparkly image I had at the beginning, I'm going to just put it back. So I'm going to come here, and again, I'm going to drag the corners. I'm going to drag this to where it covers up my entire image, and I'm going to do position. I'm going to click back until everything is popped back on top. But now that I've kind of changed the background, this text is hard to read again. So I'm going to click on these and just click on that A at the top, and I am going to make it be the color that I want it to be. Okay. One more thing I'll show you is the background of exactly how it was created in Canva. Another huge reason to have Canva Pro is that you have access to thousands and thousands of images completely for free. But let's just say I like this image, but I want it to maybe be brighter or less bright. If you click on this little icon in the top right corner, just to the right of what looks like a paint roller, if you hover over it, it says transparency. If you click it, you can do this. You can go from 0 transparency. This is back to 100%. But what I did with the one I ended up using was I kind of put it right here around 59, 60. And the reason I did that is one, I just liked it. It was a little more calming, but you can also see, I feel that the lighter you make the background, the easier it is on the eyes for this to be read. So boom, that is done. All right, let's look at this other one. Here's a template I made for you guys. So I have the words Kingdom CEO. You want to think of your Facebook cover photo for your business to not just be your brand, but I want you to be thinking in the language of what your audience resonates with, who they see themselves as now, or who they see themselves as who they want to become. Let me give you guys an example. Let's say you help someone declutter their home. You help them become wildly organized within their home or within their office. So you might not want to say, helping unorganized people. That doesn't really make someone feel good, even though that might be a true statement. But it may say something like from chaos to clean, or from chaos, from clutter to tidy. Like off the top of my brain, you want to be able to say who you help in a way that they want to be able to identify with. So my company name is Sweet Tea Social Marketing. You notice I don't have my logo right here as the feature. I do have another example for anyone who wants to maybe include your logo, but the focus is who I want my audience to resonate with. So I like to use the wording Kingdom CEO. And in fact, that is something that I'm kind of more so slowly incorporating into my branding. And you will oftentimes hear me say Christian CEOs, but I have maybe more so recently started saying Kingdom CEO. I've got a background that's solid, that matches my branding. You want a different color background? You just click this little icon right here and you pick whatever color. You want it to be pink, purple. If you're that person that needs to see it until you can realize if you like it, then you can just literally keep clicking around. And I'm going to go back to what it was. This, okay, let me just show you. This literally is just like this bizarre shaped circle, not quite it's not an oval, but it's like this pretty shape. But what I did to get that there, let me just delete these real quickly, is I over on the left in the elements section, there is a shapes. This is a tip for you guys because there's so many things here. So I'm telling you guys the juicy goodness that I use every day. I go over on the side to the section in elements, and I at the top type the word shapes. Well, all of these shapes pop up, but that one that you just saw isn't there. So I even sometimes will go in at the top and I'll type in the word oval. Okay. And I'm going to scroll down, and here, guys, is the shape. If you see Pro over any image, like Pro is on top of this one that I'm using, when you have the Pro version, it's totally free. If you don't have the pro version, it might be $1 per photo or image that you use. But I don't know that part for certain. They may have changed that. But again, I just clicked on it. It popped it into my screen. And for the design part, I just kind of had one here. You can grab anytime you see this little circle with the arrows, you just hold your mouse down and you can twist this and you can turn this. But it's like, I'm going to put it here. Then what I did is I clicked on the transparency icon. I made it a little see-through. Okay. And then it's still covering this because think again, that image I just put right on top, it's a layer. So I'm going to click position and I'm going to go backwards because I wanted it to go behind the image. If I want to duplicate this and have a different one, you just hover over it to where you see that shape around it, the blue highlighted square almost. Then I come here in the top right and click the button that says duplicate. And it just made another one the exact same size, but I'm going to change the color of this one. And I'm going to click right here on the left, color. And I'm going to, again, I picked one of the other colors in my branding colors. And I am going to just, again, I'm going to twist this a little bit. I might do it like that. I'm going to pull it down a little. And again, I don't want it covering the image. So I'm going to click on position backwards and it's right there. And you literally can just be like, okay, maybe I want this. Maybe I want this. Maybe I want this. And you get to just keep playing with it until you finalize something you like or you don't like. This right here is a great hack for you in Canva is on the left. I love typing in on the left at the top the word frames. Write that down. This will help you so much. And it'll bring up all of these really cool shapes. Down here, they've got this shape, right? So once you put that frame on the screen, if you go to your uploads and let's say I grabbed a picture and I just take this image and I just drop it. Oops. Drop it right on top of that frame shape. And it literally just puts it there shaped. You can make it smaller. You can make it bigger, but it literally just drops it on the inside. How cool is that? But I'm just going to delete that completely. So I'm clicking it and deleting. But this right here was literally one of the frame options that shows up on the left. Now I'll give you a hint. This has to be on the left in the Elements tab. I was just in the Uploads tab. So if you come to the Upload section and you type frames, it's going to be like, I'm sorry. But if I'm on the left in Elements and I type frames, this pops up. And what you see here on my screen is this one. That is exactly what it was. So that is what it looked like. So I'm actually going to delete that completely. I'm going to take this one that you guys just saw that I had. I'm going to grab this corner. I'm just going to tilt it sideways. I'm going to drag the corner. I'm going to make it a little bigger. And then what I did was I went over to photos. I went to the top and guess what I typed in? I typed in Facebook. I grabbed the very first image and I just dropped it right in. Okay, or is this giving some of you guys some ideas for what you can do? Again, I'm going to just give you all of these, but I want you to just change out my information for your information. And you heard through this training, you have to be able to ultimately give people a glimpse about what your business page is about in one small, short sentence. I think I even in the training said like 7 words or less, but like you don't have a lot of space. And you don't want the font to be so small that people can't read it. So it literally says influence with simple social media strategy. Okay. And I've got my username on here. That's not necessarily the URL for my Facebook business page. So for you, you might choose something differently. Mine for my brand is Sweet Tea Social Marketing, but I just kind of have the URL, my username, and this is my username on Instagram as well as on Twitter. But you, instead of having your username, you could literally use maybe a hashtag that you love to use for your brand, and you could put that hashtag there. So there's a lot of options that you can just switch out, but you do not want to make your cover photo be crazy, wildly wordy. Same thing. This shape of me was me just literally grabbing that frame, finding a photo of myself, and dropping it in there. And I've got intentionally a photo that demonstrates this is me teaching, this is me speaking. I am an authority on this space. Here's another sample for you guys. A quick question that we have, real quick, says, do you then use this in combination with a scheduler for your content? So the examples I'm showing you right now are for a cover photo, so you wouldn't need a scheduler for a cover photo. I will say that Canva does have a scheduling piece and component that they have recently built into it. I am a huge believer that I don't use third-party tools for Facebook. I do genuinely use the Facebook scheduler. And I already had scheduling tools that I used outside of Canva. So I don't personally use Canva for their feature of being able to do scheduling. But I do create graphics, create content, save it, and then schedule that content that I've made and post it onto social media. So I hope that that answers your question. Again, here, this is a frame that's a circle sitting right on top of a white in the back. And I just added a couple feathers over to the side. You might say to yourself, hey, I don't like feathers. But what you can do in the elements section, if you type in lines, you might say, hey, I just kind of want this dotted line. And you grab the end of it and you make it shorter and you kind of like, position that on there. And maybe you just like delete the feather. So many options of what you can do. But if you're in the elements section, all I did was I typed in the word feather and I grabbed the feather. I changed the feather to the color that I wanted. And then what I did was I made the transparency a little bit more like almost lighter in transparency. And then you just drag it and you put it wherever you want, or in this case, you delete it. Here's another example. I've got 2 different tones of color for my brand. I've got my logo, if that's something that's important to you guys. On this one, let's say you want to have multiple photos in your cover. You could have some idea like this, that you still are able to put like the words you want to use to align with the people that you are trying to resonate with in the center. And again, these are literally just like swirlies I have over to the side. So I want to fill these with images. You would literally just go to the uploads section and there's images, there's videos, there's audio. But if I'm just going to click on images, and let's say I just grabbed a picture of myself, then I would drop it there. If I wanted this Rubik's Cube, you'd click on it and you just drag it where you want to. Let me do one more to show you because this can happen. Let's say I grabbed a different picture. Here's a picture of me and you just drop it, but you say to yourself, oh, great, I like this picture, but they just cut my head off. You actually can fix that real simply. You just want to make sure that that particular image is selected, which it is. Up here on the top, you click the button that says crop. And then what will happen is you'll see a little arrow where you can drag. So you could go like that and say done, which that's not super smart. I just cut my face off. Or you can click back on it and click crop and say what I want to do is go all the way to the top so I get as much of my head as possible. Then you click done and it's there. It's saved and it's perfectly in place. So you grab all the images, and I'm going to scoot that one over a little bit to have a little bit more of the person being interviewed. And let's just say I picked one more image. Got all this stuff over here I'm working on. And let's just say I picked this one. Now, normally I'm not going to put these all of just me. They could be family photos. That could be a photo of maybe speaking. It could be like instead of Rubik's Cube, what would make more sense? So let's just say I grab the Instagram logo, something related or someone on their phone, or social. And I just literally am going to drag that image over to there. And again, what I might, under normal circumstances, is say I've got a picture of myself and I'm going to have that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these others with maybe top platforms that I want to kind of like resonate with or just to stand out. So it could be any of these things, but I'm literally just going to drag it over to that, and I'm going to scoot that over, and I'm going to save it. And again, if this whimsical little element that I have put on the side, if you didn't want it to go over the photo, and think of it as a layer, you would just click on it, click on position, and you would click back, and it literally just then made it all go behind the corner of the photo. Okay. So that is as simple as that. So what I'm going to do for these though, oops, I didn't mean to delete that. If you ever accidentally delete something, the greatest suggestion I can tell you is if I do delete, if you hit Command Z, it will undo the last thing that you just did. So I hit Command Z, and then this little swirly just popped right back up onto my screen. So if you guys are here watching this, I'm going to literally send you the template for this for you to be able to have for your business, and you can copy and paste it and use this as a template. Okay. So I'm going to send that to you guys. Let me go back here, and there's something else I want to show you. So I just made this graphic. When you have content for your website, I don't want you to think that you have to have your logo on every single image. However, if you've got a logo, I think it is lovely to have it on some of your content when you are posting. So this is simply an image that I had clicked on home. I had clicked on create design. I clicked on an Instagram shape, and then I was brought here to a blank white slate. And what I did is I went to the word photo over on the left. I typed in weekend, and I found that image that I liked, dragged it in the corners, and I'm going to make it on intentionally be like off centered, like over to the left, rather than centered. And I'm going to say, okay, that's great. And I'm like, perfect. All I want to do is add my logo. So I've got my logo here, but if your logo is on your computer, you would just click upload media, click on devices, go find your logo wherever it is, click open, and then it's going to upload your logo, and then your logo would appear here. And my new logo is right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my logo about the size of a nickel, and I'm going to drag it to one of the corners. A lot of times you'll see logos in the bottom right, but that looks bad and you can't see it. So it makes more sense to put it in a corner where it's visibly something that someone can see. And so I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm literally going to click the download button. I always recommend that you save images as a PNG. It's a great quality for social media images. And then I'm going to click the button that says download. I'll give you a tip. There is a Canva app, and you want to not leave the Canva app until this pops up on your screen and says that it is saved. You can't be in the process of saving it and then go away and you're on a totally different app. It'll stop the process of saving it. So if you were on your phone, that image now appears on your camera roll, and you can immediately go and schedule that. And then the last thing I want to show you guys today is just a way to remove backgrounds and how you can incorporate it into your marketing. So I, for example, have this image, okay? And it says join today. And here's the same exact image, but I had added a quote and added my name to it. So how could you do this? So what you would do is you would go to home. I'm going to create a design. I'm going to just do Instagram shaped square. You would upload your image. that has the background and that has you. So let's just say I pick this image, okay? And I'm gonna kind of make it bigger, but see, like my head is cut off. So if I were to use this image, your head would look like it's floating and that your head got cut off, but I'm gonna show you. So what we're gonna do, hold on just one second, guys. Before I do anything, I'm going to kind of get this the size I want it. And then in the Pro version, you click the effect button and you click background remover and you wait anywhere from 2 to 10 seconds. And once that time ends and it removes the background from your image, now that looks really weird. It left the pillows and it didn't remove everything versus, let me show you this image. If I do the exact same thing and I click effect and I click background remover, it is going to remove the pool. It's going to remove the trees. And the only thing that's going to be left is me. And so here I am. And the one thing I want to encourage you guys, it seems so small, but right here, the way my arm is, if I were to save it, and you could put it over here, right? You got a little bit of white space and that's fine, but it's like there's your arm and your arm just is kind of cut off. So when you have images where your whole body isn't like perfectly finished, it's going to look best from a design perspective that you put that part of your body like in the corner where it kind of goes over as if that's the edge of the photo. Does that make sense? Let me do this one more time. If I wanted to, let's say, do this image, and again, I click effects, I click remover of the background, and I kind of have the same image or the same issue because I am oftentimes taking selfies. So my arm on the left over here is fine, but on the right, my arm is cut off. So for the purposes of it look good on social, I'm going to be able to use it. So you could add your quote. You could keep the background white. You could say, I don't want it to be white. I want it to be a color in my brand. So maybe for you that's black. Maybe for you, it's pink. Maybe for you, it's an aqua color. But you can make the background be whatever you want. And you can do that on memes, on quotes, on question images that you create, and just really be able to leverage the ability for you to remove the background is so helpful for content in your social media. So those are really like the main key things I wanted to show you guys. So making graphics and doing content for your brand is not hard. And I can tell you that, for example, once you maximize folders and all the goodness that Canva has to offer. So for example, these are a bunch of images that I used in a June training that I did. And so I am able to ultimately come in here and say, hey, I had a 12 more days until this closes or 2 more days until this starts. And you can literally click on these 3 dots, say, make a copy, create something similar from one that you previously had. So I could change this to say like 1 hour. And so what I'm going to do is the 1 is huge. I'm going to take away the S from hours because we're just down to 1. Sorry. I'm dragging on all the things here. There it is. So 1 hour. And this is why it's important to do opportunities within Canva to just have some brand consistency. So I'm going to click on the background photo. I'm going to click on photos and I'm going to type in white desk because I like really clean, simple looks with content that I post on social. So rather than this image, which I can even just delete it, I can click this image. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the corners. I'm going to have it up there. I'm going to go ahead and say position that all the way to the back. And so that way everything I have on here now is going to be able to look how I want it to. and boom, I'm done. I'm saving this. And if I wanted to right now create 10 images that kind of had a message that was similar to this, I could right now go ahead and click duplicate and now say, I'm going to just quickly change the background to this one. And I'm going to just drag the corner. I'm going to pull this down and say, okay, I want to position that in the back. And again, if you needed it to say, maybe you wanted to have one that says 5 hours and you just are able, or you're like, hey, I want it to be a little bit different. So rather than this being this color, I'm going to make it a darker color. But when you do that, you're going to have to realize that these are not going to be seen. So you're going to want to go to a lighter color on the words. So sometimes making a small change from a design perspective means that it's going to mean that you've got to tweak a couple things. But again, even though that might sound complicated, once you begin doing this, boom, 5 hours to go until the bonuses and prices are gone. And then you literally save it. I will tell you one other quick tip. Let's say you do this and you've got right now you see 2 images, but whether this were 2 images or you had 10 images within this little working system, you can name it right here. So you might call this, countdown posts. And what I like to do is when I click download, you have an option. If you just click download, it's going to put both of these in one folder. It might even appear as like a zip folder. I sometimes don't even like to have to worry about that. So I will right here on select pages, I will click it. I will download image 1 by clicking it, and I'll click done and I'll click download, and I'll give my computer like literally like 5 seconds to like finish that. And then what I'll do is I'll click download and I will say to done download. That's just me though. You may be totally happy with this downloading it in a folder and then having to open it. But I just find that like wildly helpful on my end. So, what I want you guys to know is that there are so many things inside of Canva that make your life easy. If you want to begin creating stories and you wanted to up level what that looks like, they have all of these templates that you do not have to create from scratch. You have the ability to come in and say, you know what, I feel like I don't have a lot of creative juices going right now. But what I am going to do is I'm going to like pop down here and say, okay, I'm going to look at this and say, okay, this is what I do. As I'm like, you know what? I don't want to have time to think right now, but this gives me something to work with. I'm going to change this. I'm going to put this in one of my branded colors. I'm going to click up here in the top and I'm going to go, is there an ability for this to be a different color? And since it doesn't look like it can, I literally might even just quickly delete that. When you might be saying to yourself, why on earth are you using it if you're deleting things? But I might just say something like, we are stronger together. For that font isn't working for me. So it's like I just click here, I go here, and I'm going to pick a font that I might use with my branding. And I'm going to change it to be from pink to a color I like. Now, you guys might be laughing and going, okay, Heather, you just literally erased everything. But it really just kind of depends on how your creativity like works. Sometimes even if I delete something, having started with something versus just staring at a blank canvas, sometimes design wise, like just helps me feel like I'm better off than had I just started on my own. So I might just completely be inspired and say, you know what? They had something in the top corner. Well, I'm going to put something in the top corner. I'm going to click on transparency. I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. I'm going to click it. I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm just going to like drag that to the corner and I'm done. And I'm going to save it. Or I might say, you know what, this is cool. I'm going to say something else on this screen. And I might say like, choose your friends wisely. It may be business related. It may be inspirational. But again, I could right now just boom, quickly pop through here and say something like, have a blessed day. Click the duplicate button, change the words and say, you matter. Show up today like you believe that. Period. You see what I'm saying? Like you could literally create 15 graphics in less than 2 to 5 minutes with this kind of a flow. And again, I started out by clicking on something that I was like, you know what? I actually don't like this, but I just made a couple small quick pivots and a couple small changes. And again, boom, I was able to turn that into content. And again, this sparkle thingy I chose is just plain and it is just a photo. But if I wanted to add some pop, you can, of course, do that in real time super easily. Once you've got an image that's not doing anything fancy, you can, inside of Instagram or even Facebook in the stories section, you could add a GIF. You could add something to it that would add a little animation. But if you don't want to have that element, over here on the left, you'll see that some of these things are sparkling. So I can grab that, make that smaller, put this up in the corner. I'm going to click in the top right, duplicate. I'm going to grab another one. And like I just did that. So this right here, this top component, when I go to save it, you'll see that instead of it saying PNG, you'll see that it says it's an MP4. So if I were to only save this top one, I would click this. I would say page 1, done, download. And that is an actual video. And when you upload that to Instagram stories, you're still going to see that same sparkle. And if you, for whatever reason, wanted to save this as not a video, you just click on PNG and you click done, and it still will actually save it as like a flat, non-moving image. So what I want you guys to know is that there are loads more. But what I want you to do is from the perspective of going, this is a tool, this is a resource, the background remover. Oh goodness, I got to show you one more thing. This is important. And I say that from the sense of it's important that it would be worth your time and your money if you did get the pro version. Let's say you create a graphic and you say, here it is. I've got the image, but now I make the decision that I want this to be for Twitter. Well, this right now is the shape of a square, and Twitter images are more rectangularly shaped. And when you have Canva Pro version, you can literally click in the top left, click on the button that says resize. I can then literally just type in Twitter post and click resize, and it's going to resize my image what is going to like be fitting on Twitter to make it be optimized for Twitter. So sometimes being able to resize content, especially if you have maybe already created it, maybe you have taken 30 minutes of your time and you've created 10 graphics that you like, and you want to use those 10 graphics as like an idea or a stepping stone for next month. And you want to then maybe get some of that onto a different social platform. You could literally resize them all for a different social feed that would look better for that. You also could easily use those 10 graphics as a stepping stone to give to someone to say, this is what I liked, this is what we did last month, and now what I want you to do is to help me create 10 graphics for this month. So I just want you guys to know that this training was to really just help you feel more comfortable using Canva. I am going to, as soon as I click the done button, I am going to put right up here in the comments of this training, I will give you templates to the post where I've got multiple Facebook cover photo templates for you to basically plug and change out my name of my brand for yours. change out my photo for yours, change out my username for yours, and for you to be able to use that as a template to help you. Someone says, just signed up for my 30-day free pro. Can't wait to get started. Awesome. Fantastic. I love that. So that's just a resource for you guys. If you're watching this later on the replay, or you come back to rewatch this, if you've got other questions, by all means, feel free to reach out to us. We are looking forward. If you didn't hear this already, we have another bonus session that we are going to be doing Monday at noon Eastern time. And the bonus session that we're going to be doing are 90-second audits. You need to be live if you want to have a chance to be able to have us do an audit, and you have to be able to have the URL that you want. So if you want me to look at your Instagram account, you would literally make sure that you give us the Instagram username for your account, and you are able to drop it in the comments. And I am going to, in real time, do those audits. I may have time to work on additional people. And if we do, then what I would then do is I would go for those people that may not be able to join us live. But we want to really be able to give special attention to those people that can make it not live, noon Eastern Standard Time. We'll be going live right here in this group, same time, same place. And again, I hope that this has served you guys well. I want you guys to know that we are excited about what God is doing in your business. And I don't want you to feel burdened that you are carrying the what should my strategy be for your social media all on your own. And we want to be that asset and that resource for you. And that is the entire vision behind Social Thrive Business Academy, because I think so oftentimes people outsource their marketing to someone or an agency that is literally giving you C-level results, and they're charging you immense amount of dollars to be able to do that continually on an ongoing basis. And my whole vision is to say, I want to teach you how to fish, just like Jesus taught the disciples how to fish. I want you to be able to go, this is my marketing. Like, this is my voice. This needs to be what I want to put out into the world. And then for you to build and scale your company, for you to either take the intern, take the marketing director, take the virtual assistant that is helping you with social media, and us and you together give them their marching orders on how they are going to be doing social media to effectively execute what you want. Not the other way around of you going looking on Fiverr for someone that does a really good job at maybe making graphics, but they have no idea what good social media strategy is and how you can build relationships, how you can genuinely build that like, know, and trust factor, and how you can guide people to call to actions to either get on the phone or guide people to know how they can learn about your next service offering or your program or what you have. And so we would love for you to consider joining us inside of Social Thrive. We know that it's going to be the right fit for some of you, and that it's maybe not the right time for others of you. But that's it. I'll see you guys on Monday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Be blessed. Enjoy your weekend. Have an amazing Sunday. And I don't know about you guys, I'm about to go power wash, but make sure that you have a chance to watch the replays. And if you haven't yet had a chance, make sure that you look in the guide section. In guide number 1, we're posting videos all weekend long of clients inside of Social Thrive Business Academy that could just encourage you, that they could show you how being in Social Thrive has helped them add $35,000 to a new client project, how being in Social Thrive has helped them increase their bottom line by $10,000. And the list goes on and on. So be encouraged. I love letting you be able to hear how our services and how what our vision is doing, what it really looks like as we come alongside other believers and really serving you as top level clients. So that being said, I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Take care.